Are you ready to embark on a journey of transforming your relationships, healing the wounds of past hurts and abuse? My name's Ruth Ann. I'm a clinical psychologist and an expert in relationships and issues of narcissism. And this video is going to be like a roadmap, helping to figure out exactly where you are so you know what direction you need to go in if you want to build more secure, nurturing, fulfilling relationships free from the shadows of the past. We're going to start our journey in 1950s Britain, and a psychoanalyst called John Bowlby, who proposed that newborn babies are born with an instinctive drive to form deep, close emotional bonds with their primary caregiver, usually their mother. Bowlby proposed that this first primary relationship became the blueprint on which all other human relationships are based for the rest of an infant's life. Bowlby's theory was groundbreaking for its time, and it shed light on just how vital close, intimate, warm, nurturing relationships are for human beings. And this was something that ran quite counter to the cultural norms of 1950s Britain. While the original theory brought valuable insights, the light of scientific evidence has illuminated a few areas that may need some reconsideration. So get ready for some surprising revelations that may challenge your preconceptions about attachment theory and also offer a beacon of hope for reshaping your relationships. Contrary to the notion that that first primary relationship sets the tone for all other relationships to follow, research paints a far more dynamic picture. The evidence reveals that human beings, even infants, weave an intricate web of relationships, each with their own unique qualities. So you might find love and solace in one relationship, and rejection and abandonment in another. And as your life progresses and your needs change and you have new relationship experience, so too your dominant style of relating may change. In fact, research has found that over a period of several years, about 30% of adults change their dominant attachment style. So the key takeaway message is that our relationship patterns are not set in stone. They ebb and flow in response to life's twists and turns and new experiences. A secure, loving connection can heal our emotional wounds and nurture security even after the most painful of abusive relationships. And an abusive relationship, or one characterized by neglect, deception, or betrayal, can shake the very foundations of even the most secure amongst us. Now here's the silver lining. Change is not only possible, it's very much within your grasp. And the insights in this video are going to help you understand where you are right now and the direction that you may need to go in if you want to nurture more loving and secure, fulfilling relationships. Before we delve any deeper into attachment styles, I want to say something really important. Please don't view this video as identifying ailments that need to be cured or areas that you need to work on in order to improve yourself. You are not a human self-improvement project. You are a human being, and you can understand these relationship styles as an expression of your humanity, of your vulnerability, highlighting areas that you may need some care and attention. Try to take the information in this video as an opportunity to acknowledge your unmet needs and the hurts that you've experienced, and as giving you some direction as to how you can take good care of yourself and begin to foster more fulfilling relationship patterns in the future. You can think about your attachment patterns as existing along two dimensions. The first is how badly or well you feel towards yourself, and the second is how poorly or well you feel towards other people. Think about these as dynamic continua rather than as rigid categories. You can move up and down either dimension in different relationships and in different stages of your life. You can also see how these dimensions intersect with each other, creating four distinct patterns that your relationships may go in. And these map very nicely onto the four attachment styles. Now, if you feel good about yourself and about other people, then you likely have what's known as a secure attachment style. You see yourself as competent, capable, and lovable. You're happy to be on your own. You don't particularly feel overly sensitive to rejection or abandonment. You also see others as friendly, reliable, so you're comfortable with closeness and intimacy, and it's quite likely that you can be warm and responsive and emotionally available to other people without feeling overwhelmed or suffocated by the experience. And whilst you're happy to be autonomous and stand on your own 2 feet, you're probably not afraid to ask for help when you need it, and you probably feel quite secure and confident that that help will be there if and when you need or ask for it. Now, on the flip side, if your self-assurance and your positive view of yourself outweighs your faith in other people, then you may have a more avoidant attachment style. You likely have strengths in the areas of independence and autonomy, and you may even be quite adventurous and willing to do things on your own because you're comfortable to rely on yourself. However, you may experience the needs and the demands of other people as overwhelming and suffocating. In close relationships, you may fear losing your freedom, and those close to you may experience you as emotionally distant or unavailable to them. Now, if you have a positive view of others, seeing them as competent and capable, but a not so great view of yourself, then you may find that you are very keen to be close, very close in your close and intimate relationships. You may need a lot of reassurance. You may like to be physically and emotionally very close to your partner or other people who you might be close to. You likely have strengths of being highly attuned, caring, and loyal towards those close to you. But your fear of rejection and abandonment can also mean that you need a lot of reassurance, and you may come across as somewhat needy or demanding of those close to you. And then there's a really challenging terrain of having negative views of both yourself and of others. That creates a horrible paradox where you feel both unsafe in the world and view those who might give you comfort and security and reassurance as dangerous and threatening. Experiences of abusive relationships can really amplify this paradox. They can both erode your self-esteem and your feelings towards yourself, as well as ensuring you see those close to you as potential threats or danger to you. But remember, no attachment style is permanently etched in stone, and the past hurts that you've experienced do not get to dictate your future. In fact, just by engaging with and reflecting on the content in this video, you've already taken an important stride towards fostering more secure and fulfilling relationships. Research suggests that making sense of your story, being able to tell your story in a coherent way that makes sense to you, that isn't filled with judgment or criticism, but with understanding and compassion, can actually be the basis from which you can actually foster more secure relationships. If you want to take this deeper, you could take some time and just write some things down. Reflect on the different relationships you've been in and where you've been on those two dimensions of how you feel about yourself and how you feel about other people in different relationships. What are the similarities and differences over time? And were there life events that impacted on these things? You can reflect on experiences and relationships where you've come to see yourself in a warmer and more positive light, or you've come to see others as more reliable and dependable. You can also reflect on relationships where your self-esteem was eroded, as well as your trust in other people. You can track your sense of security and how it's evolved over time and how it's evolving. But this kind of self-reflection, if it comes without blame or shame and really comes from a place of empathy and concern for yourself, it can really become a canvas in which you get to rewrite your story and the direction the next chapter takes. As you understand your history with empathy and caring for yourself, you can ask yourself, are you someone who needs more freedom and autonomy? Or are you someone who needs more closeness and nurturing? Has that changed at different times in your life? Do you need to build up your view of yourself and strengthen your confidence in yourself and your ability to be autonomous and independent? Or do you need to strengthen your ability to trust and rely and depend on other people, at least on occasion? You can also reflect on whether your behavior driven by your unmet needs may have inadvertently caused problems in your relationship and actually got in the way of your needs being met. Now, as you delve into these things, if you feel comfortable to, please do leave a comment. And if you do have questions, feel free to ask them because I will do my very best to answer. There are already a lot of videos on this channel about transforming your relationships after abuse, and I'm going to put more videos up specifically on attachment theory and how you can heal a more anxious pattern or a more avoidant pattern or a more fearful pattern. So if you're eager for these insights, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notifications bell so you don't miss a single video that could help you on your journey of transforming your relationships. I look forward to seeing you next time, and in the meantime, take good care.